This is interesting. So we talked about approaching leaders, but it does take a certain degree of courage, I would say. And if you're an introvert, how do you do that? How do you get seen? So I guess, this leads into, if you're struggling, plucking up the courage, but also
Mm.
if you're wanting that promotion, if you want to get noticed, but you're too introvert to organize these virtual coffees and catch up with senior management, it's tough, right? I mean, what have you
Yeah,
seen
it
at
is.
work?
I get. Think about the word introvert. I think if we look at people's introvertness and extrovertness on a spectrum, on a scale, and often I think we confuse introvertness with being shy, retiring, unable to speak out. There are many people who identify as introvert. I identify as introvert because I get energy from self, not from a crowd, from a group, and that's where I identify as introvert, about where I get my energy from. So, but I think one of the things I've learned is by having conversation with people is many people have anxieties. Many people are worried about being seen. Many people are worried about speaking out. So you're not alone. You're not the only one that's feeling that way. And I think that if you're nervous, you're worried, find a kindred spirit, someone who you perceive is also quiet, also worried about speaking out. Share some lived experience. I'm anxious about this, so am I. Oh, it's good to have someone to talk to. And then building that shared experience, bringing other people into that group and expanding that feeling where you get to talk about it. And suddenly you realize you've got this power of everybody all feeling the same, and you're not alone. So you can be seen in that way by creating this amplification, or asking somebody who you trust to amplify for you or advocate or speak on your behalf. Create that space where you can be seen and heard.
Yeah. So almost create a nice support network around you of whether it's within the company or external, to really start to be able to talk to, trust in.
And if you're a colleague, we talk about allyship. We often think about allyship in terms of LGBT, race, whatever. We can also be an ally to people who are maybe not able to speak out. If you're a colleague and you think, well, actually, I haven't heard from so-and-so for a while, or actually last time I saw them on camera, they looked a bit kind of run down, they didn't look very happy, they didn't speak much. A great colleague can be a great ally by reaching out and say, look, I saw you on the call earlier. You look like you wanted to say something. Can I help?
Yeah, 100%.